kind of talked about it. This is kind of your first year just leading a team. Is this something you've been dreaming about for a while, being the number one true-on guy?
Yeah, of course. The summer was really good to actually have all summer knowing that I was going to be the guy. Thank you. And getting the chemistry with the receivers all through summer, knowing that this is what we were going to be doing in fall. Last year was question mark, and it wasn't as solid, and it wasn't as good of a feeling as toward the end of the season. So it's been great so far. It's a dream come true. So.
Is this why you transferred down here to be the number one?
Of course. I want to play football, and I had a lot of friends on the team, James being one of them. He came down here with me as a freshman, and I knew quite a bit of other players, and it's been a dream, and it's been fun playing with them. So it's been exciting.
You've been 8 months with the camp with the receivers and developing the chemistry right now. How do you feel their potential is for success to throw the ball to them?
Our receivers are incredible. Every single one of them, two deep, is a playmaker. And to be able to work with them throughout the summer and see the speed, the hands, the ability that they have, I'm really excited for all of our receivers, stretching the field throughout the season.
Now, could you kind of go over your BYU experience backing up somebody and then coming down here, backing up someone at the start at least, and just how it feels to finally overcome that?
Well, I mean, you always have confidence in yourself, but you have to trust the coaches know what they're doing. When I came down, I knew Coach Croton was coming down, and I knew Coach Lamb. So it was difficult throughout the beginning of the season to kind of have to sit and wait and be patient, kind of in the same boat as backup I was at BYU. But, just patience and working through it and just preparing to be the number one guy at all times, kind of made the situation a positive for me.
Now, how are you going to now, I guess, live that dream? What's happening this season to kind of make it all worth it?
Win. Just win. That's all we care about as a team is winning games. That's about it.
Memory of 3 and 9 gone?
Hey, take that one.
Not a chance. There's no way I forget that season. That one hurt too bad. Oh, most definitely. I think Coach Lamb mentioned it in his interview. Like when we came in January, we were very frustrated, and we didn't want to let that happen again. I think it shows in who we've become as players and as leaders and that sort of thing. I've seen it LeShaun, Miles, and Ammon, and everyone across the board. It's interesting to see. We aren't the only leaders on this team, and I think it's because of the 3 and 9 team.
That fact that you have more leaders besides 4.
Mm-hmm.
That makes a
Huge difference. It's we're not everywhere. We're not perfect either. We need to be held accountable, and then we got someone at every position, multiple people at every position, keeping everyone in check, and that's what you need to be a successful team. Exactly.
Now, you guys are getting a little overshadowed by Utah, Michigan. Does that bother you at all?
Not really, actually. We've spent a lot of time not really getting a ton of coverage here at SU, but it's interesting. The attention comes when we win games. When we made the playoffs, that's when the attention came. It's just up to us going out and playing football. And if you don't know, going 3 and 9, I don't think we deserved all the attention. And that's how we're starting the season, so it doesn't matter. But when we go out and we do what we got to do, I think that's when the attention will start to come.
Now, Miles, you got Chuck Keaton back there, at quarterback. What are you doing that back to say for you to read it?
Well, my very first game was against Chucky Keaton, my freshman year. First game ever. And he's a great quarterback. He's very smart. He knows what the defense is doing. So I will try my very best to make sure he doesn't know what I'm doing. And I'm very excited to go against him. He's one of the more premier quarterbacks I'm going to be able to go against in my career. And I'm very excited to see what we can do as a secondary and as a defense, really. But more individually, I really want to try my best to match him as best as I can.
Because what happened last time against Utah State kind of motivation?
Oh, it burns for sure. For sure. That being the first game I played, Chucky Keaton gave me the very first touchdown I gave up. And so I don't want to say it's, a grudge. It's not a grudge at all, but it's definitely a motivator. I can't wait to see what happens this time around.
Do you remember that one more than the other touchdowns?
Oh, of course. You Google my name on on the internet, that's one of the pictures you're going to get is, Miles Killebrew giving up a touchdown. So, hey, that's okay. That's all right. But yeah, no, all seriousness, it's one thing we say as a secondary is have a short-term memory, and so you have to be ready to play the next play. So you can't let it dwell in your mind too much. But yeah, it's going to be a fun game. I'm looking forward to it.
Is it going to be hard to read Chuck Eason's eyes in your mind, because the eyes of the quarterback that you have to find your focus on where the quarterback and the receiver are at the same point.
Right.
Do you find yourself wanting to get hyper focused almost, or do you just try to play your hand and go with the flow as best you can?
Well, I'm not going to tell you too much, but right, it's a very involved process. One thing that I've learned throughout my years here is you don't just look at one thing. You have to kind of take in the whole offense as a collective picture. And as the game goes on, I pride myself in being able to analyze what happens as it happens and kind of hone in on what tendencies I see throughout the game. I do watch film, though, and I will pick up some tendencies from film, but there's not a whole lot on Chucky Keaton, obviously, because he hasn't, right. So I think it'll be interesting to see what I specifically can think of, and you know what my guys are saying, like LeShaun. He sees things out there, and he can tell me what routes our guys are running and the timing of them, and so it'll definitely be an intuitive process.
We really couldn't prepare too much because a lot of the guys have graduated or either got suspended. So, I mean, couldn't really prepare too much. I mean, I guess it's just coming to practice ready to work and get better from a technical standpoint.
How have you seen, given the young talent on the offensive line, how have you seen them improve throughout fall practices and into the past week? How have you seen them improve?
You know, every day I feel like we're getting better. And Kean Norman at center, you know, he's really understanding the offense. He's really like the key to our offensive line. Obviously, we have some incredible athletes like Mark Evans and Andrew Idy, who are new to the offensive line, are incredible athletes and are perfect at that position. And Kean kind of directs the traffic, and he's been really well. And each and every day, I feel like, especially in our running game, we're getting our blocks and we're getting our calls right. So it's been fun to see him progress.
Dealing with the USU offensive line, it's never easy to get Chuck Keaton naturally evasive as it is.
Mm-hmm.
Like how well dealing with the line and getting off the blocks figure and helping you get to him.
When we went against Utah State, I said that they were probably the best offensive line we ever faced. And that was my first game too, so that was rough. But they're always a solid unit, always top to front. I know they've been having guys go to the league consistently. They're always 6'5" and above, 300 and above. They work well as a unit. Their center's always a great leader. So getting to Chucky's going to be a tough process, but if we do what we do, we play with relentless energy, just kind of the old D-line things, play with good hands and eyes and give it all we got. We're going to give ourselves a chance to get to Chucky. And then corralling him's another story.
What's the confidence level at right now? You guys going in there thinking you have a shot?
Yes, sir. For sure. I don't think I've ever gone into a game thinking, "Oh, we're done." That's not going to happen. If you think that, you're for sure going to lose. But you know, I mean, you can never. I've said this before. You can never guarantee a win, but I honestly believe that we'll be competitive and we'll give ourselves a chance to win.
For both sides, where have you seen the greatest improvement since the beginning of the game?
Offensive line.